Welcome to the channel. My name is Matthias. Today we're going to talk about a pretty weird moment in Spider-Man history. It's the Brand New Day era. We're coming off one of Spider-Man's most hated story arcs, which was One More Day. We basically got a reboot of Spider-Man, and basically Dan Slott hits the ground running. He's introducing a ton of new villains and a very large supporting cast of Spider-Man. There are a lot of things going on in this very awkward era of Spider-Man. It was so odd back in the day reading these issues and not have Mary Jane present. And Spider-Man is single again. It just feels really weird. So Dan Slott tries a lot of stuff. Some things hit, but a lot of things miss and don't work. But the story arc that we're going to cover today, it's really good. We have the introduction of Mr. Negative. So we're going to cover Amazing Spider-Man Free Comic Book Day and Amazing Spider-Man issues 547 and 548. So we start off the beginning of Dan Slott's run with Spider-Man trying to stop this new villain. His name is Turbo. He has been running errands for Mr. Negative, but has been causing all types of chaos across the city. The thing with this character is that he's a fanboy of Spider-Man, so he's really happy to see that Spider-Man's trying to take him down. He's sort of like, hell yeah, I made it as a villain. Now, Spidey's able to stop Turbo, but he's pretty reckless the way he does it. Like, it sort of caught me off guard when I reread this story the other day. So after this, we jump in headfirst into Peter Parker's new life. And as I mentioned previously, there's a lot to take in, especially that Harry Osborn is back from the dead. So what happens in the story is that Mr. Negative wants to make his move on New York's underworld. He kidnaps a member of the Maggia who's relative to the two biggest crime families. And what he does, he creates this bioweapon that only will kill people that have his same DNA. So obviously Spider-Man gets involved due to some shenanigans. He was actually tracking another guy who had mugged him earlier in the story that stole one of his web shooters. The thing is that he rescues this guy from the Maggia. He fights Mr. Negative for the first time and his inner demons. He thinks he saved the day. He had no idea about this bioweapon. Mr. Negative is able to kill a very large portion of these two crime families. And what happens next is that Mr. Negative creates this whole situation to coerce Spider-Man and get his blood and DNA just in case. He'll make a new version of this bioweapon to stop Spider-Man from getting involved in any of his operations. Now, the really cool thing about Mr. Negative is that he's very cunning. He's always one step ahead of Spider-Man. Very early on, he feels like a true danger to Spider-Man. And he's his own character. He's not a spin-off of another legacy Spider-Man villain, like a new Hobgoblin or a new Green Goblin. And at the end of the story, we discover that Aunt May is working at the soup kitchen helping poor people. And we discover that her boss is actually the alter ego of Mr. Negative, so that's a really cool detail about this character. So I'm going to leave this video here. I hope you guys liked it. See you guys next time. Bye.